Jack Doherty is the biggest public nuisance on the entire internet. But if you guys still somehow don't know why, Jack has been able to make basically the entire internet hate him over the past few months by getting in actual fights with people in public and seemingly just not caring about anything else other than money, his OF girls, and most importantly, content. However, what I'm seeing a huge lack of people talking about is the whole reason why he became this kind of person in the first place, and that is the insanely terrible parents that Jack actually has, who since the beginning have basically just let him do whatever he wants as long as he's making either a large amount of money or attracting a large audience on his YouTube channel. In many videos, they would seem like they actually cared about what he was doing by either saying like he needs to stop doing this stuff before he actually gets arrested. Mainly on an episode of the Dr. Phil show, yeah, Jack Doherty actually went on Dr. Phil, in which I can't actually show because of copyright, but his parents would say that it's really hard to ground him from all this stuff since this is how he makes his money, which makes the things that he does just get crazier and crazier.
Dr. Phil, neighborhood prankster or menace to society. Mom, Dad, how do you feel about that, huh?
I feel proud, but the way how you going, you know, the dangerous and the way how you acting, I don't like it.
Okay, fine with me. All right, guys, with over 1 billion views across the social media platforms, Jack, 17, says he'll do almost anything for a like. Cap, they put words into my mouth. His parents say he continues to push the envelope with his rude and disruptive pranks and has had close encounters with the police. Is that true? Is that what my parents have said?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
So in this part of the video, it would seem like Jack really didn't care about what his parents had to say, and he just wanted to capture their reaction for the video. I mean, right after his mom commented about her being worried about him for being a public nuisance to the world, he was like, okay, fine with me. Like, who says that, especially right in front of their mom?
Are you worried about my future though?
Well, I do, because if you're gonna get in trouble or Jack, really?
He's twisted a lot of words, though. I'm just saying, like, are you guys asking a question?
When the police is involved,
yeah,
then it's really not good.
Oh, 100%, I
you
agree.
know what? Next year, you're gonna be adults.
Yeah.
He's actually considered an adult now. He can get arrested at, I think,
Yes,
15
so
and
you
up.
have to...
As you get older, you keep taking more risky chances.
Yes.
And some of those risky behavior is gonna get you into some trouble or serious trouble.
Fudge.
Well, we don't want to see that. I don't want to see that.
I don't want to see that too.
Neither do you.
At the beginning, it did seem like Jack's parents kinda cared about the stuff that was being said about him, and most importantly, the stuff that he was doing, because in the future, it could get him arrested, and they obviously don't want to see that. However, it was also at this time that they weren't really benefiting from all the stuff he was doing, as I'm sure most of the money he was making was going straight to him, and they were likely getting little to nothing around this time. Although, as confirmed on the Impulsive podcast, despite being extremely young, Jack was making a lot of money.
What'd you say just now?
I bought a house.
How is that possible? You're 12.
It's my money, but like under my dad's name.
Listen, could
Maybe.
Pablo
Quick question.
Escobar.
Yes.
What's your name?
Jack Doherty.
Jack?
Jack Doherty.
Let me ask you a question,
Yeah.
and I want you to be honest with me.
Yeah.
How much money have you made from YouTube at 15 years old?
Take a guess. I'll say higher or lower.
Okay, great. Wow, you've been PR trained. You've been media trained. That's
Good man, good man.
If you bought a house, where do you live?
New York.
Okay.
Where
in
No,
New
not in Long Island. But the house isn't in Long Island.
Where in Long Island? Where'd you buy the house, kid?
I'm in like Tennessee or something. I'm not sure.
You bought a house in Tennessee.
Why?
Because
Randomly?
that's where like the ROI is the highest.
ROI.
What, kid?
Return on investment. Who are you?
Yeah.
What's your current CPM?
Like 7.
You got.
How does he know what that
I don't
is?
even know what that means.
How do you
bro.
know who are you? All right, listen.
look at guys,
$500,000.
Higher.
You've made more than this 15-year-old kid has made more than $500,000.
$882,000.
A little higher.
Wow. I said it facetiously at the beginning. Blessed to be in your presence.
So it's clear that Jack Doherty was making a lot of money at an extremely young age. However, as time went on and Jack would eventually move out of his parents' house and begin starting, all of his new business endeavors, they would definitely begin to lay off of him a little bit more, which we would see from the even crazier stuff he would begin doing, including this fight scene, which would happen a few months ago, in which we could very clearly see his dad walking right next to him at the beginning of the clip, in which shortly after, he would begin yelling slurs and harassing random people in public, and his dad didn't even seem to care.
We got out of there, motherfucker. Let's go.
Watch your language. There's kids around here.
I didn't say any curse words. What'd I say?
Just watch your language.
What'd I say?
You got a stupid shirt on over there.
Yeah. Your kids can't read, though.
What are you talking about?
Your kids can't read, can they?
I'm sure your kids watch.
Get away from me. You started talking to me, buddy.
More importantly, it seemed like Jack didn't even care what his dad had to think, as Jack probably realizes that as long as he's making money, his parents don't care anymore about the stuff he does in public. As long as the money's coming in, nothing else matters to them. In fact, over time, they would begin helping him promote his adult content through the YouTube shorts that he would create. It's clear that Jack's parents are blindsided by the money and not realizing that the kind of content Jack's making can be very detrimental to his life in the future. Yes, he is very successful and definitely a very smart kid. I'm pretty sure we can all agree on that. I mean, you're not going to be making $750,000 a month at only age 20 and not be smart at all.
If you don't mind me asking, like, in a month, how much money could you make? 750,000.
Good guess, honestly. But yeah, low-key around that.
But again, it's just insane that his parents are trying to help him promote his adult content.
Whoa, what do you guys do for a living? How do you afford all these cars? I'm actually a professional basketball player.
No, you're not. Oh wait, never mind. He has basketball.
That's not even a joke, really?
I don't do that.
There's something out there about a leaked video. I'm gonna get text messages about it.
Dad, it's AI, it's CGI, none of that stuff's real. It's not real. Stop. Sorry.
So yeah, it's brutally clear that they know what he does for a living. I mean, we can literally see clips of Jack's mom inside of his mansion with a giant OF sign on the wall. There's absolutely no way she doesn't know what Jack does for a living. However, she really doesn't seem to care because, like I said, as long as money's coming in, that's all that matters. Jack would also make a short asking his mom when her OF was coming out, which is just absolutely diabolical.
Are you proud of me?
Oh, sweetheart, I'm very proud of you. Look at this, what you're having. 3 beautiful cars, 10,000 square feet house, no mansion. This is like unbelievable. You should be proud of yourself.
Mom, I love you. What they want to know, when are you dropping your OF?
Me? No.
Hey, suck to mine though.
So yeah, him making this video is really crazy. And I mean, it would get even worse as we would literally see clips of Jack's parents going with him and his crew to nightclubs in which Jack would be a public nuisance as usual, and his parents would not seem to care one bit. The one major issue why people hate Jack Doherty so much in comparison to other streamers out there is that pretty much all the pranks he does don't affect him, but they affect the people around him. Just like how all the fights that he gets into, other people around him are the ones getting hurt rather than himself, which makes what he does less of just pranks and more just abusing people, whether that be physically or verbally. When you compare it to other streamers like the FaZe Clan members, where they go out in public and make a fool of themselves instead of making a fool out of random pedestrians on the street, which is much more widely acceptable in comparison to what Jack is doing.
2 hours, just like a dad.
Oh my god, it's clicks!
So as you can see, what FaZe does is really just humiliate their friends or themselves, rather than just going up to random people and fighting or just making a fool out of them. I think Jack is a prime example of what the internet can do to someone. Because yeah, since the beginning, Jack has been doing these outlandish pranks, but they've only gotten worse and worse over time and began actually hurting people as of recently, and the only reason why he still does all this stuff is because of money and views. In fact, whenever he got in the car crash a little while ago, which I'm sure most of you already know about, bro would post literally 3 videos to date about the entire situation, with the first one showing how much his mom cared about him, you know, making sure that he and his cameraman were okay.
Yeah, I'm fine. I don't like when you cry.
Well, honey, I better cry now, and I'm gonna tell you, you need to stop.
I know, I don't want to, obviously, I don't want no more cars.
What I know, McKinley, I'm gonna give you a hug too. 1 second. Listen, what I told you yesterday. I called you the way how you was driving. Me and Michael, we were saying last night, yes, the way how he drive, he's gonna have an accident. That's why I called McKinley, but she didn't pick it up the phone last night because I don't want to distract you. You can't. And this car, that shit, I mean, what you have, that's not for that kind of weather. You are lucky you are alive, Jack. I don't want to go on your funeral, Jackie. Please, please. Take this seriously.
So Jack's mom would actually seem to care a lot more whenever his life was at risk, which obviously this car crash should have been a major wake-up call for Jack, as not only was his life at stake, but also his cameraman. And with the reaction that his mom gave, you'd think that he tried to be more careful in the future. But that's actually not entirely the case, as just a few days after the car crash happens, he would be right back to doing the same type of stuff, but this time on a dirt bike. going back to being a major public nuisance to everyone around him who most likely doesn't even want to associate themselves with him. Like, he was riding this electric bike on the wrong side of the road, where there's clearly some traffic going on and he could easily cause some sort of accident. But yeah, anyways, that's pretty much gonna be it for today's video. If you enjoyed, then do be sure to check the subscribe button to see if you're subscribed. A lot of people who watch my videos aren't actually subscribed, and it's absolutely free. Also, click the next video on screen to learn about the many victims of Jack Doherty, as he's mistreated many of his employees in the past, and they have finally been brought to light. Anyways, see you all in the next video.